Hello viewers, this is your Michael from Three Reviews, bringing you a new podcast from myself called The Secret Sentai Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to reach you hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback, and not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change to adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change to adult language if you're under 18. If you're over 18, that means you're going to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this and everything else out the way, let's get into the latest episode of Donbrothers. So basically, we see most of the Rangers, we see all the Rangers except for the Pink Ranger. So basically, at Black Kaido's, at Black Kaido's cafe, celebrating that they finally know who Isra is the Black Ranger. So basically, Isra is there, and Black Kaido was kind of like they was kind of doing like a little shindig for finally the identity of the Black Rangers. Find out, and now Isra knows about the other Rangers now. The Rangers know about Isra being the Black Ranger. So basically, everybody's there to celebrate, except for the Pink Ranger. He was not there. So anyway, so basically, Kaido had a small little meal, at his cafe to celebrate the whole the whole joining the team and whatnot. Finally, and basically, Isra was so busy reading Haru's manga that Future Haru told him before she went. Future Haru from the future told him that my manga manuscript is it's the key to figure out, just to say, to figure out what's to come. So basically, the Black Ranger was reading that manga manuscript that Future Haru, the Future Haru, aka the Pink Ranger, aka the Yellow Ranger, told him about, and saying this manga manuscript will tell you what's yet to come and whatnot. So anyway, things are things were going okay. So basically, Taro was Taro was told Jiro that he will go to his village and basically to go see his father and whatnot. To go see Jiro's adopted father, who is a policeman who works at the village and whatnot. So basically, once Isra heard that, he said, I'm gonna come with you guys too, and and Taro was like, why you want to come with us to go see George's father, adopted father, and see his footage. So basically, he didn't really fully state his reasons, but he just said I want to get to know you guys a bit better. So anyway, Joshi came in, he was pissed off. He was like, what, screw you, screw everybody. So basically, he was pissed off, he was like, what, I don't care if you're the Black Ranger or not, I won't accept you as a member of this team. And also, I'm still pissed off that you hurt Miyako. So basically, Miyako, the Beastly, who looks like the Beastly who basically copied, Isra's 5, was injured by Isra using the Dama of the Sama sword and whatnot. So anyway, turned out that she said that the Mio-chan Beast, the military basically, had laughed, and he was like, he figured that it's was about to dump to it, and like, and it's was like, I admit, look, I just look here, look, if I would have done something to her, I would have been, I would have been tell you, I would have did tell you to your face. So basically, like, this be luck is so basically you need to face facts that that girl isn't human. She's a beast lady. So basically, the Black Ranger is like, I didn't touch her since our last, I did nothing to her since our last, encounter. So basically, I don't know where she is. So basically, you need to get the holy stuff and really get your shit together and basically and basically like get the hell out of my face. So basically, HLT was about to swing, was about to swing her. It's about lucky that Taro, stepped in and and stopped them from fighting, and and Taro said that it's very right, that wife that you call the beastie that you call your wife is not human. She's probably up to something with the other. She's probably up to something maybe that can help others. But so basically, nobody. So basically, Momotaro has been talking to the beast, Neo, the beastly Neo-chan, who's basically disguised herself as his wife and whatnot, and basically so basically, he's telling him that you need to face facts. I don't. So basically, that you need to face facts. She's not human. She's a beastly. She could be dangerous to people, including you. And and Itoshi was like, screw you guys, screw all you guys, and just left that Kaido all pissed off, looking for Mio-chan, looking to the Mio-chan beastly, the beastly that calls herself Mio-chan. So anyway, while that was so basically after that little encounter, we see somewhere else somewhere in the city. We see Sun Omi and the rest of the midnight trio in the elevator. And so basically, Sandra and Sun Omi were like, sooner or later, maybe we should join forces with we have been getting more like the humans lately. So basically, after what we did to the Sun Shishi, sooner or later he's gonna come back. So basically, what we did to Sun. When we get to some try to get to some Shishi, he's gonna basically branded us as traitors. So basically, so far we have not faced any retaliation yet from some Shishi or our bosses. But but sooner or later, some Shishi is gonna come back and get us. So basically, they were trying to tell Sanai that maybe we should join forces to join forces with the Donbrothers fully, and basically and get ready to watch whatever retaliation we have going our way. And some of us like, no, I'm still yes we tried to take down our superior, so it's some Shishi, but still no matter what, I'm still a member. I'm gonna still do my job as a member. So basically, even though I'm branded as a traitor, so basically some Chichi is not seeing the big picture because they're already some real deep shit right now. So basically they attacked they attacked a superior their superior, and basically there is going to be some weird customs from attacking some city. So basically, but only somehow it doesn't want to hear that. He wants to continue doing his job as a mid-range soldier and whatnot, and basically and deal with the Rangers and whatnot, and make sure get away, get rid of those humans who are set over greed and stuff like that. So anyway, but somehow it's being with and with also was telling the others that let's be with it. If we join the others after what we did, send all those people to that dimension, send all those people who came Naha monsters and whatnot, and send them to the dimension. You think that the Rangers would accept us, would fully accept us joining them after what all we did, especially to the people that we sent to the dimension? No. So basically, some eyes screw that. We might as well take our chances without joining the Donbrothers. So anyway, meanwhile, on the bus to the town where Joe grew up, Igba and Taro was having a conversation. He was telling him that future Hadawa told him that this manuscript, that her manga manuscript, is the key to tell us about what's going to happen, what's going to happen to us. So basically, that's when Molotov will remember that later that night after the party at that kind of coffee shop, he saw Mio-chan fight the Beastly called Mio-chan fighting some cat Beastlies who were in human form, and basically she was kicking ass, and that's when Momotaro was but she was outnumbered, but she was still kicking ass. So basically Momotaro transformed into his ranger form and managed to scare off the cat human Beastlies, and they went off. So basically Mio-chan, don't even bother. You can't destroy them. They're immortal. So basically you don't have the power to destroy the Beastly. You're destroying the Beastly. So basically Momotaro was it's Yoshi's been looking for you. You're really messing with that dude's head. So basically, I know that. But things are starting to might get deep soon. So basically, Momotaro was when things are going to get, it's going to get big soon. And Mio-chan, the Beastly Mio-chan, was she said, it's going to be, let's just say, once it happens, it's going to be a long night. So basically, after having that conversation, Momotaro was Momotaro was yeah, what you say is true. This manuscript is telling us that that the Beastly telling us the future of what's going to happen. We might want to get ready for that, and basically so basically it's explaining why he came with them in the first place. Cause in the manga, was talking about the village that it turned out in the other Rangers manga, there was this kind of like the same village where it was describing Jules Good. So basically, about where these monsters are at. So basically, I believe that maybe the Beastlies are somewhere in Joey's village. So basically, maybe we should check it out. We'll check it out and keep this to ourselves because we don't want to spoil Joey's visit to go see his dad. So anyway, they got to the village and seems like that everybody seems like nobody was there. So basically, they got to what's his name, Joe's house, where Joe's about the firehouse. It's like, and Joe said that, I'm going to I'm going to look around and go find my friends and see my father. And you go find my friends and my dad. You guys stay here. So basically, following the other ranger's manga, they believe there might be a portal somewhere in the house. So basically, they figure they go off the other ranger's manga, and basically they believe there's a portal to the Beastly dimension somewhere in the refrigerator. So basically, they check out the refrigerator, they enter the refrigerator, and basically, try to see any portals with their, basically Taro and Edvard bump heads about this whole situation. Edvard thought this was kind of stupid. Honestly, honestly, a portal in the refrigerator is kind of stupid. So basically, they try looking into the refrigerator, and that's when Joe's father, police dad, showed up. It's like, oh, are you guys robbers? No, we're friends of Joe, and basically started to have a conversation. Meanwhile, things were not going very well for the other two members of the Midnight Trio. So basically, Sandra was somewhere in the city on a bench reading some manga, and the strange guy named Sun Walk showed up. He was like, oh, hello, Isba. My name's Sun Walk. I'm here to take care. I'm here to get rid of you. So basically, start to attack. So basically, Sandra Sandra got attacked by this other membrane named Sun Walk, and basically while that was going on, somewhere in the restaurant, Son Omi was getting hit on by a guy, and basically the guy who was hitting on Son Omi saw a much more beautiful woman that was also a membrane. Her name is Son Go, and basically after she put the guy's face out in the plate put together, she was like, oh, Son Omi, it's good to see you. So basically, I'm here to destroy you. I'm here to destroy you. So basically, Son Omi is in trouble. So basically, Son Omi was dealing with this other membrane that wants to destroy her. So anyway, meanwhile, back at Jiro's house, back at Jiro's father's house, we see Isba and Taro talking to Jiro's about the father and basically having some soup, and that's when Taro noticed a penguin origami on the table, and it's like, Momotaro was asking, are you, so basically asked George about the father, are you a beastly? Yes, I'm the penguin beastly. So basically, so you must be one of the members of the Don clan. you're the last member of the Don clan. So basically, Motorola is like or alright, like Isabel and Motorola was shocked about the situation that Jill's father is actually a beastly. So basically, he did not say that Jill was a beastly, but he was like, if you want to know more, you and your friend have to, you and your friend have to get your back rub and foot rub. So basically, with no other option, they get they get Tatsaki, who that's the beastly, the penguin beastly, who is also jealous about their father. So basically, they did not have any other choice to do what Tatsaki said to do. So basically, Tatsaki explained, my job is to guard the portal to the beastly dimension. So basically, all the people that that the beastly had captured and copied are kept in there. So basically, my job is to make sure that to guard that portal. But as you know, I'm the person we basically are immortal, but we can't fully be in the human world unless we get a human host. So basically once the human host dies, so we need to find another body. So basically I'm over 300 years old. So basically, every time I need to go to a different body. So anyway, so basically the body that I copy, the person that I copy is about to die soon. So basically I found Joe, and basically when he came to age, I'm going to make him my new vessel. So basically, Taro Isabel was shocked. Isabel said that where is this gateway to the beastly and located at somewhere in this village. So basically, and Tessaka was like, you do not want to go there, dude. Those cat beastlies, so basically my job is to keep those cat beastlies in line, in the beastly dimension. So basically, you do not want to go there. Trust me, it's too dangerous for you. So basically, Isabel was like, screw you. I'm done with your goddamn feet. Kiss my ass. I'm gonna find that gateway. So anyway, Motaro went after them. Went chasing after Isabel. This situation is starting to get real deeper now. And Isabel's this situation is starting to really get deep into. So basically, I think I know you want to go to your wife, but I think we need to come up with a better plan. I know we need to come up with a better plan. So basically, he was asking Isabel to handle with the Donbrothers of some sort, and Isabel was like, screw that, I'm going to use that Donbrothers to take that every BC that gets into my way that gets in my way from saving my wife. So basically, I'm going to use the Donbrothers to take down any beastly and save my wife from that beastly dimension. Along with everybody else. So anyway, meanwhile, back in the city, Agency was posting pictures of his beastly life Milo-chan, and basically his emotion got the best of him, and basically he became a knockout monster for the third time again. So basically, Joshi became motion got the best of him, and he transformed into a Naha monster, and basically started to attack, and basically the blue and yellow rangers were the only ranger that was dealing with is Yoshi, who is now a beastly based off Cigar Ranger. So basically, as usual, we see Sunlight showed up trying to attacking the Rangers from destroying the beastly monster that is the Pink Ranger right now. But the Pink Ranger is just so basically the Pink Ranger made himself grow. The Pink Ranger, who is now monster, made himself grow and basically started to attack the city. And basically say that while me and the others, while you and the others, you can't fool any Megazord. So basically, you guys are screwed. So basically, on top of that, Sona and Saomi showed up and told Eva that we're in some big trouble, and that's when we're in some big trouble. We're in some big trouble. Turned out there are other membranes hunting us down. So basically, back at the village, we saw Isda and Motaro, seeing that Jiro was talking to herself. Turns out that his father and all the people, like Raymond and his friends from the village, were all just a hallucination by his beastly father's by his beastly father's power. So basically, he was using this illusion to try to get close enough to Jiro to make it into a vessel with his paper origami. So basically, luckily that Isba and Motaro stopped him, and Motaro said, "No, you cannot do that, Jiro. I'll be your new vessel instead of Jiro." So basically, he ate the paper origami, and basically he got teleported into a portal to the beast dimension where all the other humans that got copied, where all the other humans are being held by the beastly, that get copied by the beastlies and whatnot, and so basically blah blah blah. So basically when that happened, Santishi showed up with his new comrades called the anti Mingmei trio, with his own version of the Mingmei trio, sent him to take care of someone and the others. So basically, out of nowhere, this big Wawataro gear showed up and basically summoned the King Ozer Megazord that looked with summoned the King Ozer Megazord with the head of the Dom only thousand head, and basically took down Ijoshi the monster. But some Chichi managed to send Ijoshi to the dimension where all the other humans that were turned into Nahomatsu are sent by the membranes. As for Motaro is in the beastly dimension, just like the rest of the humans that are sent there by beastlies, and basically the beastly managed to copy Motaro, and basically this ends with the penguin beastly with Motaro being a new vessel for the penguin beastly, and basically that's how the episode ended on this note. So anyway, this was a good episode. What do you guys think? This was a good interesting episode. What do you guys think? Anyway, sign off. 1.